If you go into the list, you will see her other account, but she's in under this account to help us record today. So let's make sure that we thank her very much for that, and everybody else giving me a shot to get this recorded as well. I'm going to start off. I like to do icebreakers. I like to get the room talking. So I will pick a random card here, and we are going to read this one out loud, and then you guys will just give your answers in the comment, okay? Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. How would your life look now if you had taken a different path in the past? And then while you guys are thinking about that, I will reintroduce myself. For those of you just coming in, this is Silly Lily, and you are watching Lessons Learned. We are here every Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today, I have two absolutely amazing guests. We have Kim Possible and DJ Bossy. We are sorry for the delay. We had a couple technical difficulties, but I think we are up and running and ready to go. Because we're a few minutes behind, Kim, if you would like to go ahead and hop in the box whenever you are ready to start talking, you let me know. Wouldn't have your daughter. Your life wouldn't have changed. And that's, and that's funny. It's for me, it was kind of like one day I woke up and I was like, I'm making it real hard on myself. Like I'm really making life really hard. So I stopped doing that to myself. All right, guys, let's introduce Kim Possible.
Good morning.
Hello, how are you, beautiful? Welcome, and thank you for your help. Oh, goodness,
Of course.
So I guess my first question here is, what is your life lesson? What will we be talking about today?
We're gonna be talking about overcoming and health issues, mainly focusing on celiac disease and essential tremor.
Okay, and will you let us know what is celiac disease exactly?
Okay, yeah. So celiac disease is a condition that damages your intestines. It basically just like um, destroys like anything in your intestines and that makes you able to eat like wheat, gluten, and any like rye, barley, any types of food of that nature. And so basically, there is no medication for it. It's just a you have to follow the gluten-free diet.
Oof, that would be hard. How was adjusting to that diet?
Well, because I got it midlife, like I got it when I was like 19, 20 years old. And so that's like the hardest part because like when you are diagnosed after eating so many years of wheat and gluten and all that stuff, it's like it's hard to transition to um wanting to eat um uh the diet within the diet range. Like every time you see food that you can't eat anymore, it's just like, no, don't do that, don't go there.
Yeah. Have you been able to find substitutes for some of it, like tolerable substitutes or?
Yeah, it just most of the stuff just doesn't taste the same, and it's just like you miss the flavors and the taste, and it's just
Does it get easier in time though for you, or just easier to
uh,
tolerate? Maybe not easier, but
I mean, I still go to the supermarket every day and see look at things, and I'm just like, I wish I could buy that.
I I guess it to me, like I have some issues, and I think like if they said if you had just could control it with this diet, I would rather the doctor, I think, in my opinion, tell me that than to hand me over 54 different pills for the rest of my life. but I've never been in that situation. So to like, you know what I mean? Like when you're forced into something like that, that's,
Yeah.
it's got to be really tough. So how do you fight your urges, I guess, to eat stuff that you're not supposed to? Like, how have you retrained your brain?
Okay, yeah. So basically when I was when I was diagnosed, I was diagnosed by my my doctor, and then I had to switch health insurances, and so I went to see a second doctor, and he was just like, let me make sure that you have celiac disease. And so he wanted to do like another test to just like be on the safe side to make sure I actually had it. And so then the results came back, and he was just like, oh, you don't have celiac disease, you can go ahead and eat gluten, and you can have and you can start eating it right away. And so I started eating a lot of gluten, and I started feeling severely sick, and I was at a concert, and I passed out, and I w- went to the hospital, and I went back to my doctor like a week later, and he goes, "Do you remember I told you you didn't have celiac disease? Well, I was wrong. You do have celiac disease." And he said, because you've been eating a lot of gluten, it's severely damaged your intestines. And so I was basically bedridden in my bed for like 3 months, and it took like 6 months to fully heal.
So it can heal itself. It's just when you eat it. So when you eat those types of foods, your body starts to harm itself. But if
Yeah.
you stay away from those foods, it will heal itself, like a full heal or like a partial.
A partial heal,
Curious.
it'll damage other things along the way. Like I never was lactose intolerant, and I think when I was eating some gluten, it like took away that part of your body that allows you to have dairy products. So I found out later I was lactose intolerant too, and I was just like,
I that yeah. See, I have been fortunate that I've not had any type of allergies or anything. Now the doctor, of course, is I've had to fix my diet as far as eating better because of potential health risks. Diabetes and stuff like that runs in my family. So, but yeah, to be in that situation is really really tough. And God, you're strong to push through it. I guess is now that you've diagnosed it, and now that you do, I am going to assume for the most part eat well. How is your life like? Do you feel better? Like, how's your day-to-day routine now that you've been diagnosed? And
yeah. So basically, I just get, it's still tough because everybody is still trying to accustom to everybody's food allergies, because like 10, 20 years ago, food allergies weren't as strong as they are today. And so like restaurants and places like are just still trying to incorporate adding items to the menu. So like, going, like, if I'm out and about and I want something to eat, sometimes it's fairly hard to find something to eat that I can just pick up and go on the go. So it's just in that sense, it's still, it's a struggle, because it's just like I have to make sure I eat, and like, if I have a schedule and I can't eat when I'm supposed to, it really throws things off, or it can make me feel sick. Or so it's just like I make an emphasis of like whenever I'm doing something like I need to eat or I need to stop to eat, I make sure if I'm like going somewhere, I know that there's somewhere nearby that
So,
there's a place I can eat some food.
right, right. Yeah, that's that. See, and that's something that I didn't even think about as like, on the go. And that's something that most of us, we just stop and grab what we want. Oh my goodness, my goodness. That's that's crazy. So you said you were what, 19, and you didn't have any symptoms before that, or did you have issues? You just kind of put it off?
So what happened is I went to my doc I mean my doctor who originally diagnosed me. I actually did end up going back to him because we don't like the doctors who misdiagnose, and like so my insurance actually became available again to go back to him, so I was able to go back to my original doctor who diagnosed me. And but he said that I had celiac disease my whole entire life. And it's funny because when I was in elementary school, like when I was like in kindergarten, first grade, like and going all the way up to like high school, like I would always end up in like the nurse's office and be and feel sick, but they couldn't find anything wrong with me, so they always kept thinking like, oh, she's not sick, she's just trying to get out of class, she's just trying to play hooky, she's just so they didn't think anything. And I even got detention one time from it because so
Could you guys imagine being a kid with undiagnosed stomach issues and oh, I'm so sorry. Hugs through the phone, hugs through the phone. Oh my gosh. I that's crazy. I guess my main question, and the question that I have to ask everybody, is what is the biggest lesson that you learned through all of this?
is that just take care of yourself and make sure to that like you're have an honest reliable doctor and make sure you're covering all bases, because like if your body's telling you something, then it's probably something going on, and you need to make sure that you're finding a doctor who can make sure that is giving you.
Is that a hereditary? Do you get it like that, or how do you? Is it just a random? They're not sure how you get it.
um well, okay, so the so no, my parents don't have it, but me, I got diagnosed with it, and then my brother was having issues and he didn't go to a doctor, but after he cut gluten out of his diet, he also felt way better, so he self-diagnosed himself with celiac disease. So
Well, at least you guys have been able to discover the roots of the evil, and I you don't have to live in that pain, because I couldn't imagine just going about eating food like everybody else and not knowing that that's what was causing all those issues. But I want to thank you so much for hopping on. Before I let you go, though, I want to know: do you have specific times you stream? When can we catch you? Remember, this is Kim Possible. I believe you're in under your other,
yeah, I'll type
but
a hi.
she'll put in the message. Make sure you guys hit her up with a favorite. If you know somebody or you have questions, or she obviously she's the person to ask, so you could go ask her. She can maybe send you off to doctor or something. I don't know, but if you have questions about it, you're definitely, I'm sure, free to ask.
Yeah,
So when can we?
definitely. Okay, so you can catch me. So right now I'm I'm like in a little bit of a time gap because I'm moving, and so but when I do go live, I do send blasts out. I'm trying to get in the habit of trying to post on Instagram stories
Okay, you're a
like
cute
when
little
I go
dog.
live, which is in my bio on my Kim Possible account, which you guys have in the comments right there. So,
Favorite Kim Possible in the comments. Her IG is on there. You can see her cute little doggy. He's the happiest little thing. But yeah, she does post some stuff on there. She's been on some shows recently too. She was in an auction not too long ago. I had to partake in that one to support her. But
thank you.
yes. All right, Kim, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to put these guys' brains to the test with a few of these questions I have in front of me. And thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Of
We
course.
appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. All right, you guys, that was Kim. Thank you so much again. Oh my gosh. Oh. All right, let me turn these comments back on. If anybody else, anybody else deal with anything sort of similar to this, or have any like, moments with food where you're like, you can't eat this. Like, I couldn't imagine. All right, DJ Bossy, you ready in about 10 minutes or so? We're adjusting a little bit and kind of, trying to keep it in the same time frame here. All right, so again, I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of mix in these cards. I do really, 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 really. You're diabetic. So is Grandma. I really love these questions, and I asked some of these the other day in one of my regular streams, and it really was nice because you brought out the certain sides of people. I was like, well, I'll be. All right, so this one says, I love living. I have some problems with my life, but living is the best thing they've come up with so far. Listen again. I love living. I have some problems with my life, but living is the best thing they've come up with so far. What is the best thing about your life right now? What is the best thing about your life right now? Yeah. And you guys, when I have a guest in the box, please don't think that I'm ignoring you. Oh my God, you guys are watching Lessons Learned. I forgot to do that. This is Lessons Learned with Lilly. We just got done listening to Kim Possible share her celiac disease story with us and how she's fighting it and how she stays healthy today. We have a financial story coming up with DJ Bossy here. And right now we are having a little fun in the middle with getting to know each other. And the quote that I just read was, I love living. I have some problems with my life, but living is the best thing they've come up with so far. What is the best thing about your life so far? Miss Love, hello. Hello, hello. Your bank account? Oh my gosh. Well, we're about halfway through Emoji J. We've had a couple other people doing some screen recordings for me right now. But I don't unfortunately respond to your messages. It's not me ignoring you. It's me focusing on the guest. So if there's time to ask questions, I suppose that would be now. You guys are tuned in for Lessons Learned with Lilly. We are on here every Friday, from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we just got done listening to Kim Possible, and we will now be listening to DJ Bossy next. Okay. But our next question is, your time is limited. So don't. Oh, wait, I asked that one earlier. Is you're not a Browns fan? Oh, you're a stinker. Your kids. I'm going to say my kids, my grandkids. And then I'm a Browns fan because it shows my dedication to my team. So, all right, here's a good one. All right, are you guys ready for this one? Here we go. I think I'm the happiest I've ever been. Part of it is just learning what makes me happier and doing more of it, and learning what makes me unhappier and doing less of it. Okay, I'm going to read that one more time. I think I'm the happiest I've ever been. Part of it is just learning what makes me happier and doing more of it, and learning what makes me unhappier and doing less of it. How do you make yourself happier? How do you make yourself happier today? What is it that you do? I hop on here. I work out. I play silly games. I cook. The self-care. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Snuggle your scaly babies and your fur babies. Doing what do you carve? Do you burn? Chatting with friends? Yes, yes, yes. All right, let's pick another random one. Oh, this is a good one. DJ and cooking, nice. So DJ, do you self-motivated hiking? My friends, nice. Yes, Smiley, nice, nice, nice. Okay, look, a lot of you guys cook. So do you DJ shows or do you just do like the online in your stream? You go to a bar? Do you do weddings? All right. Well, DJ Bossy, you're gonna have to keep you in mind because coming up, I hope soon. Whoop whoop. We're gonna have a 6 milli party and it's gonna happen. Ooh, a fave party. All right, guys, here we go. Experience is a good teacher, but she sends in terrific bills. Experience is a good teacher, but she sends in terrific bills. What's a scary but exciting experience you haven't yet had? For me, it's getting married. I've never been married. Ride your motorcycle for hours. Nice. Yeah, a scary but exciting experience that you haven't yet had. Yeah, and I haven't done that either. That's two. DJ Bossy. Oh God. Getting married for you too. Building skydiving. Let's go, Smiley. Let's go. That would be awesome. That would be so awesome. Skydiving, building your tiny house, having kids. Oh, that's definitely a super scary thing. But I did that 21 plus years ago. Showing your face. You've done it just very, very briefly. I've seen it, sir. I have seen it. All right, guys, we're going to ask one more question, and we're then going to ask DJ Bossy to hop in the box, okay? For those of you guys just tuning in, this is Lessons Learned with Lily. We have two guests every Friday. We are here from 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We had Kim Possible on. She went over her celiac disease and how it taught her how not to take your health for granted. And we have DJ Bossy coming up very shortly with a financial situation that he has overcome, and he's going to tell us how he stays on his toes today, okay? So, I'd always vaguely expected to outgrow my limitations. I'd always vaguely expected to outgrow my limitations. What limitation would you like to outgrow? Ooh, my inner bully, my self-doubt. That's a good one for me, I think. What about you guys? Oh, you can't outgrow your age. The social anxiety, overthinking. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Seriously, right though? Like, that's not a limitation that you outgrow, silly. A time machine is not a limitation. I'll read it one more time. Listen very carefully. Listen carefully. I'd always vaguely expected to outgrow my limitations. What limitation would you like to outgrow? The way you talk. Rewording, yeah. I can't. Addiction, pain, yeah. Isn't that crazy how when we all stop and think we all have, we all have such similar issues, but if we look like it's ourselves holding us back. Do you ever think about yourself as a limit? You're the one that holds yourself back. What? Crazy, right? All right, DJ Bossy, when you are ready, you let me know. You guys were watching Lessons Learned, and we are about to introduce DJ Bossy. Here we go. Everybody say hello. This is where I turn the comments off, and I will not respond to you guys in the comments until I am done talking with DJ Bossy. How are you?
Hello, silly Lily. How you doing?
Welcome, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. Um, I guess we're going to discuss a financial situation or how you overcame it at least. I don't know if you just want me to kind of let you take the floor and I can ask questions after.
You can just bomb me with a question, and then
Uh,
and I can talk. Then I can talk. What's up, guys? What's up, everybody? She's
so
all help.
I guess just to give us a brief detail about how maybe not necessarily how you ended up where, but where you started and how you realized you needed to come out of it, like your debt, I guess.
Geez. I guess really financially, I guess has been a lot of people's struggles. A lot in life. Um, mine. I've always been offered a job. That I was really like working hard for. You know, and the biggest overcome is that when you work hard towards a position of a job that you really want, but then you're not given that job, and you go out and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go get an apartment. Yeah, you're not getting that job offer that you were going to get, and that kind of like really like makes you like upset about yourself. They feel like you didn't like put in your effort. It's like really like do the best you can, you know. And I was been offered so many sous chef jobs at a restaurant. One was offered me an extraordinary salary, the most I've ever had. Never got it. I got offered a line cook job making $12 an hour rather than making a beautiful salary where I could have lived on my own, you know. And ever since then, like there was about 8 years ago, I had to rely on my mom and dad to help me through a lot of the struggles of my life, and I hated doing that because I've always been such a hardworking person since I was 14 years old. McDonald's was my first job, making $5.35 an hour. I actually remember that. Okay, coming home smelling like burgers and French fries, the best ever. You know, but then again, making all that, I was able to pay myself. Pay my bills, and I was able to pay my car. I saved for a laptop. You know, and and then I went to better jobs. I was able to save up a lot of money. And just pay pay my bills, pay my Verizon. Pay my car payment, pay car insurance, all that stuff. And then I went out and lived on my own, and that's when the struggle really started. And when that happened, I literally called my mom and dad and said I need help, and I hate doing that. I hate doing it. I can't do it. If people offer me help, like say, hey, I'll help you pay this. Mm-mm, no, I don't take it because I hate taking people's money that I don't know. And what happens if they say if I say, oh, I need help, but then again I use it for something else. Like I go out on vacation, and then they say that I used them, for that, But there are so many things in my life that I know like that I worked hard for, and then once I gradually started doing better, going better in my career, you know, I started doing other things, to really help me financially. I just got done filming a TV show in New York City, so I became an actor, and that really boosted up my confidence and financially, and I started DJing, I started streaming, and that's just how I overcame a lot of things in life. Was that I don't take a lot of things for granted. And if it's financially really help, I'm really getting help from my mom and dad. That's probably the biggest upset I've ever had in my life, and I've never been able to overcome it because it's they want to retire, they want to live their life. You know, they work their butts off for 40 years and be able to come up like, hey, have help paying this bill? No, I don't do it anymore because I'm in a better place.
Right. I mean, we're all young and we all need help at some point in time. I feel like, um, I don't think there's one person in the world that's done it just with just themselves. You know what I mean? And that's what family is supposed to do. Family's supposed to be there for you to help you, in my opinion. Um, so it sounds to me like it was just a lot of you realizing one foot in front of the other. Just keep pushing, just keep trying, just keep reaching for the next goal, and not allowing what you don't have to stop you from still pursuing what you're trying to get. Dude, I'm curious. What did you film? I have to ask.
So I filmed. So I went on this website. It's called actorsaccess.com.
Okay.
One of my friends really told me about it, and my mom and dad always told me when I was young age, you'll be a good actor, because I was always like very like theatrical. Like, if they told me to do something, oh, I was like, oh yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, whatever, you know. But I went on this website and I got this role as a featured reoccurring role as a police officer in a show called A Good Cop. So
That's what that. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you will see me in a police uniform. That is a TV show that I filmed in
Oh,
Manhattan, and that really opened up my eyes for a new career path. And that career path is going to be massive and huge, you know.
that's
And so I just find really different things just to really drive my success, to really become a better person than
all
what
right.
I was, And
That's fun. It's fun. And then you do the DJing on top of it. That's, it's, and you said you started off with your, I think I started at 5:15 when I started my first job. I think it was 5:15 an hour. And it's, could you imagine?
can you imagine? Can you imagine when I was 14 years old, 5.35 an hour was what I was making. I remember my first paycheck. I had it laminated and I hung it up. Was
I remember babysitting for like $3 an hour when I was 12, and I thought I was a hot shot coming home all night, and you get $20. God, but isn't it crazy how when you just keep trying, you aim for the next job, aim for the next job, aim for the next job, and now look at you, you're an actor, you're a DJ. That is crazy. Um, any lessons you learned on budgeting in the process of all of this? Like you said, when you moved out, what was maybe your biggest budget shocker when
oh,
you?
okay. My biggest budget shocker was this. Okay, so I love to eat out. I love eating out. Okay, that's one of my biggest downfalls. Like if I drive home from work and if I see a restaurant, I was like, oh, what's that? I am curious what that is. And I will literally drive and I will literally go eat at that restaurant or I will order takeout. That was one of the biggest things because I love burgers, love French fries, I love milkshakes. So literally, if I drive by a Shake Shack or a Five Guys, I am stopping at Five Guys or Shake Shack. I am getting myself a burger, shake, and fries.
I do the same.
And ever since I literally had to stop doing that, I was like, don't mind, because then a commercial come on for like a shakes and burgers. Oh, I'm like, why is this happening to me so far? Why, why, why? And
I was younger. I ate out all the time. I definitely ate out more than I ate in. Um, Now it's different. Now I prefer to eat in. I think more. It tastes better when you cook it yourself.
exactly, but being a chef, I can make some pretty fire food. So life lesson learned: become a
Wait,
chef.
here, let me know. I'll be there. Um, how do you stay focused on the good now? How do you not let your past consume your brain? I guess maybe a different way to ask it is how do you not let your past define you? Like how are you able to, moving forward with such a drastic, amazing change, how has it hit you?
So this is where like I really love to talk about it because this is like one like the huge thing I don't really think a lot of people heard about or like really like listen about. It's always about drive. It's always really about seeing who you are. Whenever I go live And if I'm sitting there DJing, there'll be so many people come alive and literally tell me that, oh, you're DJing from YouTube. You're playing music from YouTube. You're fake. You're a fake DJ. And I will legit always hold up my turntables and say, like, hey, listen, I'm real as real can get. You know, and when you see stuff like that, that always drives your confidence way down. You know, and we can never ever achieve goals that we want to in life because of negative comments and negativity all the time. So I always look past that. I always have that ability to always, if there's a negative comment, I'll look right past it. I'll look right at all the positive. This happened in my life. Always having that drive to always become better than what you are. That's how I've overcome so much in my life. Confidence. I always go into a job confident. I never go in a job like, oh, I gotta go to work every single day. I always go in a job with my chest held up high, held up high, and I go into work. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna kick butt today. You know, and sometimes people say struggle is real. Sometimes I get people like saying I live paycheck to paycheck. And I always tell them keep your head up, stay strong, keep driving. Because the more you drive and the more you work hard, the better it's gonna come. I remember I had a person in my life come my life 4 months ago. He said, I can barely live on my own. I said, listen, I was there. I said, keep your head up. This is something if I had went back 10 years of my life, I would have kept the old job I had, you know, but I quit and I thought I went to a job that I was going to get a better job, get a better salary at, you know, and, you know, now he comes live and said, listen, I got a better job. I'm better. I'm financially stable. I said, what did I tell you 4 months ago? I told you keep your head up and stay strong and look what happened. He goes, yeah. He goes, now I'm better now. So if everybody's in here, guys, remember, it's about drive. It's about power. You know, it's always about your self motivation. It's always about wanting to go out there and kick butt every single day of your life, and not knowing, when you get your paycheck and you look at it and you be like, I deserve it every single day. And you want something? There's one person who I've always looked up to, the man upstairs. You know, do I ever prayed, to always have that drive and determination to him? Of course, every single day, you know. So that's my life lesson learned for you guys, to really endear and really think about in your life. Like, am I always giving it 110% of my life every single day? Am I giving it 50? Am I giving it 75? The time when you give 110% every single time of your life is when you come home and you sit down, whether you be in your chair or laying in your bed, and you pass out.
Yeah.
That's how I know you gave it 110%. If you didn't give 110%, you come home and you can stream till 3 o'clock in the morning, and you have to wake up at 10. That shows you didn't give your all. That just shows that you were just slacking, lazy at work. You know, when I come home from work every morning, being a chef, doing managing, alcohol and wine at this restaurant I do. What do? I come home, I cook dinner. I sit right down my chair. I close my eyes for like an hour. I go live. I always have talking with people. My people want to see me live. They want to see me DJ. They want to see me talk.
Right.
And then like one, I was able to say, okay, guys, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm tired. I worked my butt off today, and I lay in my bed. I go to sleep. I'll wake up refreshed every morning. So always know if you give 110%, you will know because you'll be tired You'll be tired that night.
Right.
And don't ever give up.
Don't give up. I think that's the biggest thing. You guys just tuning in, we are talking with DJ Bossy here. This is Lessons Learned. We are talking about staying positive, getting through a financial situation, and keeping your one foot in front of the other, and not quitting on your dreams. I don't know, did you want to play a little something? Did you want to come back later? We could set something up another night. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. We have a couple minutes extra.
Yeah, definitely set something up on a
Different night. Yeah,
yeah, definitely
absolutely.
because I would. I mean, even though my computer's on the back, as you can see, like
You can see all the fancy colors got me interested. I'm
I
just
know, right? Everybody's probably sitting there, probably like, I'm not interested. You, bossy. What is that colorful machine behind you?
I've got I wrote down some different tips for saving money. I figure we could talk about that for a few minutes
Definitely,
after
100%.
um I guess is there a specific time that you do stream? Let these guys know when they can find you. When we can hear you DJing.
So I go live every morning at 11:30, and I will start my live. Just getting everybody in my life, getting everybody hyped up, and then I will just start smashing the beats. You guys will have a fun time blasting my live. Everybody comes in, they throw fire emojis in my comments, so it's lit. I play some of the craziest music ever to where you're not gonna sit there and go like, okay, this got a good beat. It will go straight kicking every single day, and then I do a night live. My night streams usually are at 11 o'clock at night or 12 at night. Between those times, I go live, and I'll stay live till about like 1:30. And yeah, and then that'll be my night vibe.
Okay. Oh, well, definitely, you guys. Again, this is DJ Bossy. We had Kim Possible earlier. You guys both had amazing stories, amazing messages. Thank you so much for sharing. You guys hit him with the favorite. Check him out. And thank you so much for hopping on. I so appreciate your time.
You're very welcome. If I have one quote that I always live by before I leave, before I get out of the box, guys, always remember this, is that life's simple. You make choices and you don't look back.
Yes, that's a good one. Thank you.
Always.
Awesome.
Silly. Thank you so very much for having me on your show. It was an honor. It was a pleasure, and keep striving, keep doing the best you can every single day. Don't ever give up.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you. All right, honey. Thank you so much. Oh, you guys, what good messages today. I can't even lie. Like, that was absolutely amazing, both of them. Let me get my comments back on here. Who's here? What's going on? What's up, guys? Hello, hello, hello. All right. Who wants to know 10 tips for saving money, huh? I got a list. I did some research. You guys ready for some of these? Here we go. Keep track of your spending money. How many of you guys just go about your days and constantly swipe the card and you have no idea what you've even spent? You went to 4 gas stations this week. You stopped at Taco Bell because the kid was starving. You had to run to the drugstore. You had to get your medications, and you're going, I don't even know. You just swipe. I bet that was like, oh, man. All right. So you're going to also want to separate your wants from your needs. Like, I need this milk for my daughter. I want those really cute shoes, right? Damn milk. Like, making move to a different card. That's a good idea too. The bank that I have actually offers a card and you put money onto it. And I'm thinking about putting an allowance on it and giving myself an allowance. And when that money is gone that week, y'all, I gotta be broke. I gotta treat myself like I'm broke because my savings account's like, hey. Oh man, right? Avoid using credit to pay your bills. Save regularly. Be careful spending significant amounts of money on periodic purchases like large gifts, vacation, TV, a car, and stuff like that. You're going to want to check your insurance policies. Make sure you're getting your lowest rates. Believe it or not, a lot of us are not. You can try lowering energy bills. Try getting your kids to turn off the lights. Good luck with that, though. You can sign up for online payment. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but here's a random fact. If you actually sign up for paperless payments, you can save like $2 to $5 a month per bill. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm saving like $35 a month just by having them not send me bills in the mail and doing it all on my phone. And I know $35 isn't a lot, but I'll look at it as like a super awesome night out once a year for me, guilt-free, all because I didn't waste trees, And then Imagine this one. Cut down on takeout ordering. Right? And then they have an envelope thing. I was thinking about every week grabbing an envelope and having to put X amount of money away. And then that money you just don't ever touch. And then investing that at the end of the year, like putting it into like a CD or something like that. But I am going to ask you guys, is there anybody in the stream here that has a show? Is there anybody that wants to give yourself a shout out? Anybody? Anybody at all? If not, I have a few more questions I would like to ask you guys. If you would like to be on my show, you're going to reach out to Emoji J there. He is on IG. You can add him and let him know that you would like to share a story. It is at emojij_meet me. You guys are currently watching Lessons Learned with me, Silly Lily. We had two absolutely amazing guests today, and I have a few questions I want to ask you guys here in the last few minutes. If there's anybody, like I said, that wants to give yourself a shout out, if you have a show or you'd like to be on this show, let me know. However, I don't know which one I want to ask. There you go. To the young artist who may be reading this. Okay, again, I will start this over. Listen carefully. To the young artist who may be reading this, consider the possibility that you might actually be lucky when you get rejected from stuff. Because of this streak of what appeared to be bad luck, I fell into my life as it is today. Okay. To the young artist who may be reading this, consider the possibility that you may actually be lucky when you get rejected from stuff because of this streak of what appeared to be bad luck. I fell into my life as it is today. What is your biggest rejection? What has been your biggest, like, let's say, career rejection? For me, a relationship is good too, though. Yeah, I know. Ay. I'm gonna say, for me, and I still fight with it. Oh God, it sounds so crazy to say out loud, but it's actually not getting married. It's simply that I had to not get married due to their behavior. It's crazy. Never been married, and like it was a rejection, but I look at it now as a gift because I could have been stuck in an awful situation, but in the time that rejection was huge. Oh boy. Nobody else wants to share? Jake, you're ridiculous. You guys are goofy. All right, here we go. You guys ready for this one? This is going to be the last question that I ask you guys today on Lessons Learned with Lilly. Okay. We are here. We have two guests every week. Today we had Kim Possible, I am sorry I can't speak today. And she discussed her celiac disease, getting diagnosed and overcoming and, learning to live a happy, healthy life. And then we talked with DJ Bossy, and he talked about how you struggle at the beginning and you're in a tough financial situation. But if you just keep working hard, you put one foot in front of the other and you don't quit, you'd be surprised where life can take you. If you guys haven't already, I would ask that you favorite DJ Bossy and Kim Possible. You go show them some love. And that being said, again, those of you, if you're just tuning in, we are in the last couple minutes of Lessons Learned with Lilly. Okay. And our last quote and question of the day is, people wish to learn to swim at the same time to keep one, or sorry, people wish to learn to swim and at the same time to keep one foot on the ground. If you could master a difficult skill in a short time, what would you choose? Self-confidence. I would choose self-confidence. I would choose to be stronger than my inner bully. That's what I would choose. Flying would be fun too, though. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You guys, today's show, it hit that both of them had huge messages. DJ's bossy's one foot in front of the other, and not quitting and adapting and pushing yourself forward is really hit me in a special kind of way today too, though. I just, because I'm here and I'm pushing forward and I'm trying to do that myself with so many things in my life right now. But you guys, that being said, I want to say thank you to everybody here. Emoji J, thank you for being here and for being such a great help. Kim Possible for stepping up today and being amazing, and anybody else that's been in here. You guys, this is the end of Lessons Learned with Lily. I will see you guys next Friday, 10 a.m. You guys have a great day, and remember, you are loved. Mwah. Bye, guys. And Lessons Learned is over.